In this particular talk, we're going to be discussing ZF Race Engineering, a fantastic company with so many different fingers in so many different pies all over the world of motorsport. And with me for this talk is Daniel Becker.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So Daniel, let's talk a little bit about what it is that you guys actually do within motor racing, because it's a name that comes up quite a lot in motorsport, ZF Race Engineering. What is it that you guys actually do within the motorsport industry?
So in general, to give you an overview what ZF is doing, so we are the second biggest automotive supplier worldwide. We've got a big business in series, and ZF Motorsport, based in Germany, in Schweinfurt, is, I always say, it's like a small company in the big ZF company. So it's ZF Motorsports, and we are developing, producing dampers, shock absorbers, transmissions on the mechanic side, and on the safety and electronic side, all parts of the brand TRW, and yeah, to deliver in the end complete systems to our customers on the mechanic, on safety and electronic side, from the brands Sachs, ZF, Lehmförder, and TRW.
So I guess then, looking at that, there are so many racing cars all over the world in so many different categories of motorsport, and you have an amazing involvement with so many different disciplines of racing. So where would we see ZF Race Engineering actually powering cars in the world of motor racing? Where in the world of motor racing do you guys fit in?
In almost every racing series worldwide. So from, let me say, gentleman motorsports, hobby motorsport, up to high-end national, international motorsports like DTM in Germany or in Europe, Super GT in Asia, also Formula One, the most known. Okay. And my favorite is a WRC, World Rallycross Championship.
Fantastic.
And yeah, or for your orientation, the 24-hour race at Nürburgring, so 2 of 3 cars are equipped with our parts. ZF is in everywhere. In every
basically
kind of
you
car.
just do everything in motor racing.
A lot of successes, so more than 500 to 600 podium positions every year.
Right, your next challenge is to win the World Karting Championship now. You've got to go and find a way to get involved in that.
Exactly.
I can't help noticing you've brought some components, some of the things that you are developing heading into the 2020s. So tell us a little bit about what innovations you guys are coming up with.
Okay, just to get an orientation, at ZF Race Engineering we've got different departments or divisions within. So the one is National International Motorsports, then the brand ZF, then independent aftermarket, the brand Sachs Performance. I think Sachs is very known. Then special series. This means, for example, all limited editions or small quantity series with to less for our mass production. So, for example, if our colleagues from the mass production receives a request, they said, oh, very interesting, very nice one, but in the end the quantities are much too less for mass production. This is where we come in, take our hand and say, okay, but let's take a look, and it could be possible that we could take this part over. So in the end, our customers are satisfied with us and are happy. So for example, the Bugatti Veyron, we are delivering dampers to Bugatti Veyron. Monopack in UK, for example, 1-liter concept car of Volkswagen, but on the automotive driving or electric driving, also Ego project. So in every direction, electric, autonomic driving, and motorsports and normal OE business, small quantity business or limited editions, this kind of. And last but not least, also engineering service. This means our colleagues from Connect, based in Solihull, near here, they are doing engineering service into the concern of ZF, but also we are selling these external. So if someone is interested for engineering service or wants to use our machineries, they can contact us and we can offer them to support. The parts you said I brought with me.
I'd love to have a look, yeah, absolutely.
A Formula One clutch and a Formula One damper.
So these are Formula One parts we're looking at right now.
I choose these ones because they are the lowest weight.
Right.
If you're interested in other parts, please visit us at our booth. So it's in Hall 3, booth number 12. And you can see all parts from normal series, independent aftermarket, up to these high-end parts.
So essentially, Charles Leclerc can't win a Grand Prix unless he's got one of them. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, not exactly this one.
Not exactly that one, no. But the engineering you guys are putting in.
A kind of, exactly. So here we are talking or also for your orientation. In a normal passenger car, we are working with 220 to 240 millimeters diameters at the clutch. Here we've got 98 millimeters, 980 grams, made complete of carbon and titanium material. So we can test this.
Absolutely.
So the stand in this case is much heavier compared to the clutch.
It is actually lighter than I thought it was going to be.
And you can transmit more than 800 Newton meters, so torque. And carbon, because carbon can transmit the most heatness. It's very important for standing start, more than 1000 degrees compared to cinder or to organic, for example. And on the other hand, because it's very light. So it's a special developed carbon with our suppliers. And in the end, we're delivering a good package.
So that's the Formula One clutch.
Original Formula One clutch.
And here you have...
And as I said, we're also developing and producing dampers.
Okay.
This is, in this case, a Ferrari.
Yep.
Original Formula One damper, 240 gram, special aluminium, titanium piston rod, because the durability must be given. And it's very light as well, so you can...
Fantastic.
This is very good for your back if you have to change a damper.
Oh, yes. If somebody in the Formula One garage threw this to me, I could probably catch it. I probably wouldn't try that, but no, it's very good. And you guys basically design, calibrate, and machine all of these within house.
Exactly. Everything is in-house.
It just kind of gives you an idea, really, as to just how many components go into a modern racing car. I mean, this is Formula One, but you look at it from the point of view of Le Mans, Formula E, World Rallycross, there are so many different components within a particular racing car.
It's always like I always say, it's like a configuration system. This means in the normal series, we've got our requested. Okay, and every car has the same equipped. So in independent aftermarket, it's a plug-and-play solution, TÜV certificated as well. And as soon as we go into motorsport, hobby motorsport, national, international, high-end motorsport, it's always, every product is produced to the request of the customer. This means every customer has different visions, wants to use different materials. The knowledge, the experience is different, and then also it changes normally from season to season if they want to change something new, to take something new, test something new. And this is the experience you also can see, because as you know, I'm from the sales in the independent aftermarket, Sachs Performance, and this is more on the plug-and-play side. On the high-end side, the teams are talking and discussing and develop together with our engineers directly in the product segment, so of the product development departments. And in this case, because you said there are so many parts inside, it's a 4-disc carbon clutch. So in a normal series car, you've got 1 disc. Pressure plate, 1 disc. But also for your orientation, if you're going to decrease the size of the clutch, you're going to increase the number of the disc to transmit in the end the heatness and the torque, so the power. You can transmit more than 800 Newton meters, it's up to 1,200 Newton meters for this kind of clutches.
It's fantastic. I mean, in terms of the level of detail, it's clear that ZF Race Engineering as a company, they don't stringe on detail. Everything appears to be, really, really intuitive. Everything is very much attention to detail with every single part of every single component.
Exactly, and the experience also very important. And this is also a big benefit for us in this big concern of ZF, second biggest automotive supplier worldwide. Very tall experience in OE business. Very good experience in aftermarket business, independent aftermarket business. And also the know-how of the motorsport business, it fits in the end. So we get the knowledge from this side, OE get the knowledge from our side, our experience from motorsport, and in the end, the end user can give our aftermarket colleagues their experience, and in the end we can produce such kind of parts. And this is also the reason why we are delivering more than 50% in Formula One with our parts, in this case dampers, and in Formula E, because you was talking about Formula E, more than 80% are running with our dampers, shock absorbers.
So if we do the math, probably about 65% of the motor racing victories that have happened this year, you've had a hand in some way.
Yeah, so ZF should be in, yes.
It's a great place to be in. You've probably won more races than Lewis Hamilton has. I've got to say, the thing that fascinates me really about it is just how quickly everything is changing in terms of the need to machine new parts, because every time a regulation changes, the need and necessity to accelerate the production of development for those parts is also increasing. From an engineering perspective and an aftermarket perspective...
I'm not an engineer, by the way.
You're not the
financial side.
You're literally just handling the aftermarket. So from that side of things, where do you guys see the next big challenge within motorsport?
Okay, so I mean, it's clear for everyone. It's not only in motorsport. In general, the complete world is changing right now. It's electric. So this is the biggest change we have to work on currently, and this is also the reason why we have a new technical partnership with Mahindra from India. So the team Mahindra in Formula E, they have the partnership with us, and we are not only delivering the shock absorbers for this car, we are delivering the complete powertrain, inclusive inverter. And this is, it's a big step for us. It's brand new, by the way, beginning next season. And because here, we also want to use the knowledge from motorsports into the series to transmit these, as I said in the beginning, in both directions, because India on the other side is a very big increasing market, and the electric, as we said, and autonomic driving as well. This is, for me, personally, the biggest change currently in the market.
Now, we heard 24 hours ago about Formula One getting their brand new regulations in for 2021. Everybody within the sport is obviously really excited about how that's going to change the direction of the racing on track. I'm guessing from your guys' point of view, it kind of changes the direction that you guys are heading in terms of what different parts you're now going to have to try and machine and try to source for these different teams.
Okay, in this case, in my opinion, there will not be the biggest change in the normal Formula One, because we are delivering clutches and dampers. That's for sure currently. On the TRW side, of course, we could deliver and offer safety and electronic parts, from sensors, seat belts, airbags, steering wheels. So this is given, and there should be not the main change. If they're going to make new regularies, okay, we can improve our current products. So this is given. Improving is always given from season to season. It's a must. And on the Formula E side, I think, not only in motorsport, also in on the street, we have to follow what the governments are talking about and what they want to see and hear.
That was going to be my next question, actually. Yeah. With this new government legislation that's coming in from so many different cities around the world, that they want to make the city centres purely electric. Yeah. Absolutely, combustion engine free. So, I mean, how do you see just the vastness of that particular regulation? I mean, that means that, from your side, things are going to accelerate very
fast,
quickly.
Very, very fast. So, especially in OE business, so the current situation, what I feel is, so no one knows the direction. So, short time, the next 2 years, or middle 2 to 5 years, it should be the same direction like in the past, I think. But on the other hand, at the same time, we have to improve our knowledge and our products and offering to the OE manufacturers also very fast, because this is increasing side by side. Or let me say that the normal is running out during the next years, and the the electric driving is sliding in. So it's no one knows what's happening currently, and that's the main topic.
Absolutely. I mean, my last question about this was basically going to be a little bit retrospective. About 5 years ago, when Formula E was first touted, a lot of people basically said, well, this isn't going to work. It's too soon. It's never going to happen.
No one was interested.
No one was interested.
Exactly.
And here we are 5 years later, and Formula E is massive. It's absolutely the success story of the decade in terms of a new championship to come in and show people how to go racing. How long do you think it's going to be before we get the likes of Rallycross going fully E, touring cars going fully E, GT racing? How long is it going to be before a lot of the other disciplines start to go the same way?
I cannot answer it in a time schedule, but what I see And what I realized during the last few years is, in the beginning, the teams in the Formula E, there was not so known compared to Formula One. But if you compare the teams from the beginning and the teams from season 5 or season 6, which is coming, you can see that the big players are in right now. And this is the answer how important is Formula E for me personally. And also the Formula E damper, the currently one, the size is compared to this Formula One damper about this size. And in the beginning it was much taller. So it comes more close to Formula One parts as well. This also means that in the beginning the weight was not important. Right now the weight is also going important. And yeah, but how fast it will come in all other difficult. Could you imagine a WRC car with an electric?
Maybe it's sooner than we think.
When it flies 1.5 meters away from yourself and you hear nothing?
It'll be like a radio car flying past. Yeah,
like an UFO. Exactly. Yeah, very, very interesting. We have to wait and see. But for sure is we have, or everyone has to prepare for both the current situation and the electric situation. And this is coming, that's for sure. And ZF is prepared. We've got our mechanic parts on ZF side, on SAC side, Lehmfelder side, and we've got the safety and electronic parts from TRW. And the complete package is given for the market. That's our big, big benefit, and I'm so thankful for this. And yeah, very exciting. Look forward, what's happening.
Fantastic. Well, as a huge fan of electric racing, as much as I am internal combustion, I'm fascinated to see how this goes on. It's got my attention. You guys are still doing fantastic work, both in and out of various different forms of motor racing paddocks.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see how things continue to progress for you guys moving forward. I'm sure you're going to have a great 2020.
I hope so, yes.
Go check the guys out as well on their stand. They are here. Which stand?
Exactly, it's in Hall 3.
In Hall 3?
And booth number 12. It's directly in the middle. So you can see all the SACs in flames, because we are displaying more on the SACs performance side here as well. But all the motorsport parts from DTM up to Formula One is also shown. So you can ask everything you want. And I hope to give you all the answers you need. If not, we have to contact our engineers, because they can give you every single detail in the end.
Sounds brilliant. Thank you so much, Daniel, for talking to us. It's been great to have you here at the show.
Thank you for this opportunity.
We hope you enjoy the next 24 hours, and hopefully next year's a good one for you and the company. Thank you.
Always. Anyway.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for showing us the components as well. Thank you very much, Daniel Becker.
Thanks.